One night when what the Serbs later described as a couple of drunken soldiers came out and opened up on us. So that night we returned fire on them. Sergeant Greg Trenholm, the section commander, ordered the opening fire, and we shot back, and they stopped shooting. That was pretty quickly on that one. I think the Serbs were just testing us out to see whether we would have had the resolve to actually shoot back, or whether we just sit in our bunkers.
My personal experience, and the experience of the whole of the 2nd Battalion, and Sector South particularly, is that both sides will continually attempt to test your resolve and how firm you feel that you are willing to do certain things to make things better. This takes many forms. Everyone has to understand that down in Sector South, both sides are fully armed, which was a change from us from Sector West, where no one was. The Serbs have tanks, artillery pieces, machine guns, the equal of our own, and in many ways we are outgunned in Sector South as opposed to what it was like in Sector West, where we were certainly the big stick on the block, if I can refer to it that way. And intimidation is a routine occurrence. What they really want to do, and what they have done with many of the nations there, is intimidate them so that they do not get out, they do not patrol on a regular basis, they mainly stay in their compounds and administer themselves, and instead of going out to impose their will, many nations really are caretakers of a piece of terrain, and not much is made better during the course of their actual tour in theater. And this routine intimidation takes a lot of different forms. We had people who, during the night, 2 soldiers or 3 soldiers on an observation post would have shots fired over top of their OP, not to kill them, just to sit there and to warn them that we're out here and we're fully armed. We would have vehicles drive by one of our compounds, and an AK-47 would come outside the window and just fire off a burst of machine gun fire. We would have soldiers on the Serb or the Croat side setting up roadblocks to try to restrict the UN movement around the terrain and do routine patrolling. And every one of these things is just an advanced stage of poke chest, where they're going to sit there and say, are these people still going to try to force the issue to do what they think is right, or are they going to back off, and are we going to gain the upper hand? And there's a lot of mental games that go on over there of this nature. And from my perspective, it's absolutely critical that all of these attempts be made by a very calm and firm resolve by your soldiers at your lowest level. Because if they aren't, it will have great repercussions on how well you can actually do your job at the higher levels.